Hey guys, what's going on? Ash Kumra, CEO, co-founder of Youngry. I'm with one of our investors.
New investor,
personal mentor, and someone who has inspired me for many years. Many of you know about his first book, Nothing to Lose, Everything to Gain. And we're here to help promote his upcoming book, Rock Bottom Rock Star. Ryan Blair.
Thank you, sir.
How you doing, brother?
Thank you. It's a pleasure to invest in you. Obviously, I bet on the entrepreneur, and I'm glad I put a bet on you. So.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah. Now you got to give me a return.
I will. You got it on camera, brother.
Yeah, done.
So tell me about this book. What inspired you to do Rock Bottom Rock Star?
Well, I'm a writer, and in fact, when I put my pen down on Nothing to Lose, I went and worked at my businesses, and I quit writing because I thought that it was, a waste of time. Like I need to communicate in person and do meetings. I realized that when I did that, I lost like a piece of my soul. So when I picked up the pen, and a lot of it happened after launching Nothing to Lose. Like I launched Nothing to Lose, I wrote it in 2010. I was faced with two personal adversities: my son, finding out my son had autism, and then my mother being in a coma, and then in contrast to that, my company skyrockets. I hit wealth at an extraordinary level, and Nothing to Lose takes off and becomes a massive success. And so I had to balance like all the different feelings that come with adversity in the family, a massive success in business, and keep it together.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I write about. I teach people how to do it. And then this one, unlike Nothing to Lose, Nothing to Lose was more about how I did it.
Yeah.
Rock Bottom to Rockstar is about how they can do it too.
Okay.
And then what I learned. Like for me, my writing is I like to tell about all my fuck ups and then teach people through those how they can avoid them.
So it's safe to say that Nothing to Lose is more on the personal aspects of how to live. Yeah. Rock Bottom Rock Star is really about...
No, I want you to buy both, right? And so I'm smart enough to write it so that way Nothing to Lose is more the backstory. Yep. It's more of me as an entrepreneur, because I started my career 20 years ago when I was 19. In fact, that antenna right there is a Sky Pipeline antenna that I sold for 25 million bucks when I was 24 years old.
Oh my God.
Right? How are you?
I'm 35.
35. Well, you got a lot of work to do, man. I'm 39, so we got a lot of work to do. But that said, Nothing to Lose is more biography based, and a little bit about some of my mindset. It's mindset and biography. Rock Bottom to Rockstar, lessons from the business school of hard knocks.
Yeah.
Were it's really designed about what they don't teach you in business school. Like I've hired MBAs, people from had investment bankers, major hitters involved in my life. And they don't teach you what I've learned in business school. So Rock Bottom to Rockstar is about that, and it's also about helping people overcome their rock bottom moments. Like I see a lot of entrepreneurs lose their companies, or stop working hard, or allow difficulties or adversity stop them from their purpose. So I wanted to show and lead how I got through adversity and kept my business still running and operating, and teach people how I did it and what I learned. And I love writing, so I'm alive again because of this book.
So one thing I like about you is that you're a fantastic marketer.
Yeah. How
are you marketing this book differently than your first book?
Well, one, the title. Nothing to Lose, Everything to Gain is obviously. When I wrote Nothing to Lose, we were going through a recession. Not only did I have a personal identification with the fact of what it's like to have nothing to lose, but so did everyone in America. And it was a sentiment thing that I wanted to align with the consumer where they were. So Rock Bottom to Rockstar is another attempt, because once again we're in the middle of what looks like a crisis, right? And so I'm trying to grab the consumer right where they are, meet them there, and I want to lift them up with this.
Okay.
And so I'm marketing it to the consumer today. My marketing program on it is, not only do I want a lot of people to go from rock bottom to their own personal version of Rockstar, I want a lot of present day rock stars to teach. I want present day rock stars to teach how they got there and how their rock bottom moments shaped them.
Who are the rock stars that you admire, and why?
So I admire anybody and everybody who's doing the best at what they can do and putting it all in across the board. Whether that be a person in landscaping, that be my wonderful maid that's been with me forever, Carmen. Anybody and everybody that does the best and they do a great job, and they show up dutifully and they kick ass at it, they're a rock star to me. And I want to change that classification of rock star to that person.
Okay, but I want to go deeper into who are let me restate
business that. Rock stars, there's a whole category.
Who are the people that, you have mentors, like you're my mentor, but there's mentors that you have.
Oh, yeah.
So who are those mentors? Because they're rock stars.
Yeah. I profile in my book a conversation I had with Dan Gilbert, founder of Quicken Loans. I had mentorship from John Wooden, who's since passed away, and I was blessed. Coach Del Brown, Shaquille O'Neal's mentor, coach, and like father to him. Shaquille's also a friend. I profile wisdom that I've learned from them. Michael Mailer told me something the other day. I don't know if I put it in the book, but Norman Mailer, the renowned American writer, his son has become a friend of mine, and his son told me a few pearls of wisdom that his dad would give to him. So I receive mentorship from all kinds of people, and it might be fleeting, it might be for a moment, it might be one little thing, but that's all. Everything that I know and that we know has been taught by somebody else. Right? And so, and we just shape it through our experience and then we communicate it based on our environments.
I want to take a step back to Nothing to Lose, because one thing that I loved about your documentary, which by the way, you all have to see it, it's an insane doc, is one of your partners said that you're the most transparent entrepreneur there is.
Yeah.
How did you develop that personality? Because I think that's a rock star trait.
Yeah. If you use the analogy of like a musician, right?
Yeah.
Like when a musician is wearing their heart on their sleeve, like all great art comes from, in general, great pain or great frustration or great anger, So on transparency, I fashion myself as an artist, and great art comes generally, like Van Gogh must have been going through some relationship problem when he cut off his ear, as I just said, right? But he created great art. So to me, I see it as art, and transparency is the only way the art comes out of me.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not like walking around telling everybody what goes on in my head. My book is a way of trying to explain it after the fact.
Yeah.
So when I'm in a boardroom and I'm thinking, that guy, he sucks. I don't agree with what he's saying, or this person thinks I'm an idiot. I don't say that in the board meeting. That helps. I don't close the deal that way, right?
Yeah.
I say that in my head, and then after a couple of years go by, if that wasn't the correct mindset or it was something to learn from, I write about it.
Okay.
So it's a way for me to communicate, and then also when I write about it, I learn from it myself. Right?
Okay. One other thing I like about you, and I did read advanced copy of the book.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Is you talk about having a purpose, and we talked offline about one of your mentors, and I have this bigger life purpose. I guess my question to you is, what's your bigger purpose with all this?
I wrote my purpose statement in 2003, and it was that I would utilize the adversity I'd been through, and once I got through it, I would teach people how they too could get through it, and I would measure that impact by at least a million people, and now my goal is 1 billion.
Yeah.
I've impacted several million people through my various my books and documentaries and also my companies. And I said, and I would get to a place where the President of the United States of America would take my call.
Wow.
That just happened not too long ago, which was really cool. He didn't actually take the call. He just invited me to the White House, which I still got him get him to take the call.
It's a pretty good consolation prize.
I'm going to get him to take the call one day. It's just going to have to be a new president because ours is exiting.
Yep.
But I believe that my purpose on the planet, I believe I've been given, because I'm spiritual, all this crazy sets of adversity and these weird, unique experiences, and I believe I'm lucky to have them. I believe I'm the luckiest guy in the world because I'm getting hit, and I have been hit, and I maybe will be hit. Who knows? We all will. With stuff, I figure out how to get through it. I come up with, I'm older, wiser, and better for it. And then I try to teach people about that, so that way when they do get hit with an adversity, which everyone will, they have at least some sort of model or an example to do.
I love that.
Yeah, that's my purpose.
Well, last question. Tell us about when's the book coming out, what we can do to support you.
Well, one, you make no money writing books whatsoever. So you do it because you want to make an impact. So the way you can support me is, buy the book, buy it for your team. Get all your friends and your family a copy of it. I'm happy to support you. If you go to rockbottomtorockstar.com, we have book packages. If you have a large organization or you can get enough of them, I'll Skype with you. Because time is my most valuable asset. I'm I'm involved in a lot of different things, and my son Reagan is my most important person. So if you can buy a bunch of books and you could get them out to the right people, perhaps your clients, your friends, whatever it is, I know that them reading the book is going to draw a connection with you, and I'll be happy to connect with you in the process. So rockbottomtorockstar.com. I need you to buy them by September 27th. If you go to rockbottomtorockstar.com, we have some pre-sale packages that give you some cool stuff to go along with it.